You said what?
Oh, you are recording.
What? I'm not recording on the master. I got my inputs in different places.
I feel like that. I had an idea for Berber. You gonna have to be our fact checker, low key.
I'm recording on Yo Master though.
Oh my.
I think so, but it doesn't matter because there ain't no feed or nothing.
For whenever we talking about some, I heard that the place this was invented at, and it was in 19 something. You have to be like.
So we rolling? We rolling?
Yeah, let's get it.
Alright, so we back with another fucking episode of We Still Don't Know Yet.
Go talk.
Got my nigga over here, my nigga Henny the Kid. Got my nigga 13 in his bitch, you feel me?
Goody? How y'all feeling?
What y'all niggas been doing, man?
Working, bro. Working hard.
Yeah, working. Well, we gonna keep on working today.
Hell yeah.
In the unofficial episode. Unofficial third episode?
Yo.
Yeah. Got my nigga Wenry, you already know, behind the camera, behind the lights.
Nigga Ween.
You already know niggas is about to get down with the CBD.
Yup, the CBD, bro.
You
Best
feel
CBD
me?
you'll have around. Shouts out CBD. Delta 9.
Shouts out, man. But yeah, so today the topic that we want to get across, or the point is, you know, how you can use your hardships in life to how do I put this?
Better yourself.
Not only to better your position, exactly, to better yourself, instead of letting your hardships just negatively knock you down. Like, how can you use your hardships and the shit that feels so negative and turn it positive and be up one at the end of the day? So for that, we got my nigga 13 over here. Man, what I tell you?
And honestly, bro, everybody has hardships, though. Everybody has hardships, so I feel like everybody should get this episode. Like, just because you ain't have my hardship, don't mean you don't have a hardship.
Exactly. Everybody got hardships. Everybody can make it happen with their hardships.
Out this podcast, just try to get some wisdom out this shit, bro. It's all about the wisdom. Y'all hear all that bullshit anyway. You know, you don't need to hear that all the time.
Amen. It's about the game over here.
Some game. I mean, if you want, if you want to be norm, that's cool too.
Except you want to be normal, that's cool too. What's it called? You feel me? Drink chlorophyll.
Hella.
The daily,
or Henny.
Drink chlorophyll. Don't listen to this. Pero let's get into it, my G.
Yes,
wait, let's get a little background on 13, bro. What were your early years like? Why did I choose you to be on this episode?
Put me on this episode because I'm the GOAT. I was like, nah, I'm kidding. Not a lot of people know this, but when you put this out, it's gonna be out everywhere. I knew it was gonna come any day too. So I was a foster kid, not my whole life, but I did go when I was 11 years old. I didn't get out of there until I was like 18. So 7 years of my life in the system. So I'm here to, I guess, express and explain to you like my feelings and everything I went through. But you see us now recording our podcast, so I guess it went the right way so far.
Hey, so far I like that. So, what for the people that don't know you, that don't know your story, bro, what even got you into the foster system? How did that even come about? And what what trials and tribulations did you have to go through? Before you even the first day that you was even in the system, like.
Damn, I gotta go back to the first day I was in my system.
Before that.
Ooh,
like what happened before you even, got put into the system?
Honestly, a lot of people get put in the system for a lot of different reasons. I kind of had like just a fast one though. Like a lot of people, people like their parents will have a lot of chances. Like, yo, look, we tried to tell you last time, we're working with you. Like, take care of your kids. A lot of people have like a longer process before they go in. Me, unfortunately. And fortunately, I grew up around a lot of G's, a lot of gangsters. Can't tell you which ones, but I grew up a lot, and you make your choices and there's consequences. So when I was 11 years old, I might have been 10 because I lived alone for a year. But when I was 10 years old, my mama, she had done a lot of stuff in her life. She was on the run, a lot of heists, a lot of hits, not like hits, but like a lot of. Hit this fucking lick, basically. Yeah. So it got to a big level. I never knew this, by the way. Like, I never knew this. I'm sitting here just like, oh, my mom's my mom's a normal mom. She go to church, you know. Then next thing you know, my mom, she did have some anger issues, so she caught herself in a situation where they called 12. Fuck 12. But they called 12. She ends up going to jail. It's only supposed to be like for a night. Like for the initial thing, you know, she got in a little domestic abuse, you know. I guess that's what they call it. But, you know, my mama was a fighter, so, you know, she got into some problems. You're only supposed to be in jail for like a night or two of that. But when they ran her prints, turns out my mama had 7 felonies she was running away from. Yeah, and this was like 7 years of running too, you know. So next thing you know, so they run her prints and they're like, oh, you still gotta do all that time. Like you still gotta go to every state and do the time. At the time, it was just me and my siblings and this dude, but you know how that goes. Eventually, it was just me and my siblings for a whole year. It was crazy, bro.
What was that like, bro? So like first I wanna touch on, you know, if you're watching this and this situation is kind of sounding like yours, what game would you give to a little nigga like who might be, you know, 10 years old right now, and like me, I just took his mom and some shit, and he's alone. He don't know what the fuck to do. His whole world been turned upside down, and now he only got, you know, him and his siblings, and he has to survive. You know, he has to live. What advice would you give him?
For real, my advice would be, well, you don't got no choice, honestly. Like, you gotta learn to hustle. Bread comes in, or you have to just, honestly, you have to be honest and tell a grown person. You know, a lot of people, especially in Hispanic countries, they're like, don't tell nobody. Honestly, though, if you cannot handle it, you're a kid. Go tell somebody. Like, you'll be alright, you know? Like,
that's probably the best advice I heard.
Honestly. But if you're like 13 and you know,
handle business,
you gotta go get a hustle.
Mr. Connections, Mr. Get It Done.
Yeah, and your siblings gotta be on it too. And your siblings gotta be on it too, though. And you gotta know that no matter what, regardless, this ain't your fault, you know. And a lot of people, and I met a lot of kids in the system that think it's their fault, and it's not. Like, you got nothing to do with that. And unfortunately, though, this is life too. A lesson. I guess I just learned it young, but there'll be moments in life that you're not gonna have no control over the situation. You can have control over your outcomes, but you won't have control over the situations. So try, like, I'm gonna tell you, try not to think about it too hard, but I know how it is too. But try to see the outcome that couple months, couple years from there, you ain't gonna be there. You know, you're not gonna be this person who's going through the worst things right now. That would be my best advice for you.
What was that in the first year that you know, you just surviving, you and your siblings, you know, like, how did y'all, without your mom, how did y'all go about eating, feeding yourselves, you know, how did y'all go about sheltering yourselves, you know, and staying safe, you know?
Well, that is crazy. This is a crazy story. So originally we had an apartment, you know, and my mom and them, I'm not really sure how my mom paid the bills either, to be honest with y'all. Like, you didn't really have a job, but it was
she was hitting lit.
Yeah, for real. But stuff was getting paid, right? Then you realize, oh shit, nothing's getting paid. But fortunately, thank you to my sister, who was the oldest at the time, 16 years old, and her boyfriend too. They held us down, and we used to work with this guy who was he hired, like, I guess, younger people, usually Hispanics. You know, he's looking for like immigrants and shit. And we did like a deal with him. So we had to move out the apartment. We didn't have nowhere to go, but the deal was we worked for him. In return, he would let us get one of his properties, because he had hella properties, and that was his like business, bro.
He was like stay there.
Yeah. So he let us stay in one property as long as we worked for him, and really it was my sister and her boyfriend. So they was really gone most of the day, but me and my brothers had to like figure out food and shit. So we would just get money together, get like sometimes in school we just start hustling like candies and shit, get money together, and then we just have to like buy big bulks and shit for the cheaper, like, you know, you just buy a big ass fucking sub, and we gotta eat that shit. We try also to eat we would go like these food pantries for free food and shit, and we just go over there and get the food and come back and never talk about our situation. But you know that only works for so long too, though. Especially when you're a kid, man. Like someone's bound to notice that you like on your own, or you know.
And you said you was living in an apartment at the time?
Originally, yeah. Before it was an apartment, and then we got like no one's paying the apartment, so we had to find it. And the guy had a house, a vacant house.
And shit get expensive the more you stay in apartments. Like, was y'all staying there for multiple years?
Yeah, we did though. Like before that, that's when my mom. Most of us lived. Like that's most of my younger years in Charlotte.
Regardless, even if it was affordable, like let's break it down. It was how many of y'all? 3, 4 of y'all?
4.
So it's 4 of y'all. The oldest wasn't even 18.
Yeah.
The oldest was like 16 maybe. You see what I'm saying? 16. So it's like
The oldest was 16?
16.
How many of it was it?
4.
It was 4 y'all?
4, and the youngest was 6.
The youngest was 6.
Yep.
And y'all niggas held it down for a year.
Yeah, we tried.
You tried. So what happened, bro?
Shit. All right. I mean, I'm pretty sure it just got like hella hard, and my sister had to make a decision, you know. So before this though, we wasn't like any new to this. Like we've been broke our whole life. So like my mom used to take us to places where you get free food, especially in the summer. You get a hella free food, bro. So we just went there. We waited for the summer, so we had to thug it out all winter, try to figure out. We ate, try to thug it out and all that stuff. But eventually, the summer we're like, oh shit, like we just hit that place and then come back to the crib, you know. And I don't know the whole story from my sister, but I'm pretty sure she just saw the outcome and was like, I gotta tell somebody, So I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And then later, like literally that same day though, the lady was like, it was some ladies, they owned the church lady. She was the pastor. She had like the little event, you know, everybody gets free food under 18. All kids get free food. You know, come with your parents. Yeah, hey, shout out the Park Church for that.
Shout out anybody giving away free food to niggas who's hungry, man.
It wasn't only them, like even the pantries and shit, it was like people's cribs. And they're like, they just had hella food for people, bro, to come in. And you could pick anything. That was the craziest shit. Like anything you wanted, bro, they'd give it to you. You know?
To any nigga in your situation who doesn't know about that or hasn't tapped into that, how do they tap into that?
Honestly, I say you really need foster care. You can literally go to anywhere. It says home, safe home. There's this little sign. You'll find it. You can go to your local church. You can go to your local, basically any like government run. You can go there. You even got DSS buildings like everywhere. If you ever got food stamps, apply for food stamps, just go to that building. You just got a court around, just go there. Anywhere is like public to the public, you'll they'll know the right people. They'll put you on DSS and all that.
Bet. So this year goes by, y'all 4 are surviving. Your sister and her boyfriend really holding it down. You and your brothers is, you know, figuring out the food, figuring out other shits, cause feel me, surviving. Cause who the fuck watching y'all?
Yeah,
while your sister at work? How old is Eli at this point?
Like
14. So while the oldest at work, the oldest one who's there is 14 years old.
Oh yeah, but we was all lost. Like regardless of the age, like good. But me and Eli had always been like on our own, like type shit. You know, my mom had always kind of like raised us this way. Like you might not have everybody around you at all times. So like it wasn't like super new to us because we're like, oh man, we do this shit all the time. We make the trips to the store. We don't got like we couldn't ask like not that my mom wouldn't give me bread, but we couldn't ask her for a lot because we knew our predicament. So
right,
literally we just spent all day like finding ways to eat all day and trying to kick it too. You know, you're still trying to be a kid and shit. Going to the park. There was a park beside where we lived, so we tried to go there all day and shit.
You said while all this was happening, Eli was 14?
Yeah, he was like 14.
Bro, that's when I met Eli in school, I think.
That's probably last year. Yeah, the first year. Yeah, we went. He went there.
I think it was for his last year.
Yeah, his last year there, he went to his school, but we was going through that shit. Then.
Would you have ever known?
Bro, no, dude. He was such a funniest guy, bro. Funny as hell on his shit. Never made problems, bro.
And I just want to take the time right now to for y'all to know what this nigga speaking on. He went to school with this man's older brother, and at the time that we talking about right now, that
they was going through it.
That's when he met him, And I just want to take the time to say, like, that's why it's important to always be nice, bro. You don't know what the next nigga next to you going through. You feel me? So it's like all that dickhead shit, all that bullying shit. That shit lame as fuck, bro. You don't know. You feel me? You don't know what a nigga going through.
Hell yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
be nice,
too, bro.
be helpful.
Yeah, like I got stories of that too when we get to it, you know. Like people when somebody finds out, bro, especially when you're a kid, bro, it's gonna be fucked up. Like
Lame ass
that's
shit.
all they do, you know. We'll get to that in a second.
Right. So damn, boom. The year goes by. The fucking how you end up in the system? If y'all in this crib, y'all surviving on your own. Your sister and her boyfriend holding it down. How does it go from that situation to now you're in foster care?
Well, honestly, that we was living in this open place, but I just told you we went to get the food that same day. We went to go get the food at the park church. I'm pretty sure my sister just said it, you know. Like she talked to the lady. She was like, "I don't have nobody." Like, and we ain't have nobody. So like, you know, she's a kid. I guess she was like, we were taught family values a little different. So I know she felt like she was betraying us because like we were supposed to hold it down ourselves. But honestly, bro, she did like the best thing she could do, yo. Like at the time. And literally that same day, it was like a couple of hours. I go to the DSS building in East Side. You know what I'm talking about?
What's it next to?
It's like where the Pizza Hut is up. It's like in a little cut. Like you have to actually turn into the street. It's a whole DSS building though. Right there. I didn't even know what that building was. And there's like you can go there for court too. They got a little court in there. I was going there with my mom. Was going to jail. She was going to prison though, cause you ain't got before jail. You gotta have your trial, then you go to prison. He was going there. I didn't know it was a DSS building though, cause then they bring me back. And I'm like, damn, I've been here before. But yeah, nah. Then they're like, what y'all want to eat, bro? You know, and they're crazy. That's how poor I am, bro. I'm like, literally, you can ask for anything. But my brain literally was just like, let me just get some McDonald's, like big double. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I'm thinking. I was like, let me big double. And bro, the system will lie to you the whole time. Like they definitely are telling you, like, you'll go home. You gonna go home. Don't worry about it. Your mom's straight. They're lying. Like you might not go home. You know?
Yes.
Yeah. So they lying. So I'm in there chilling. You know, thinking.
So how long did it take you to realize that you weren't going home? That this was your life?
6 hours, cause then I went within by the end of the night, bro. They already had somebody like that could take us. Shout out, Wandra, the motherfucking goat. Yeah, so over here then so I come up here, dude, and this lady just picks me up and she's like, "You gonna be staying here?" And I'm like, "Fuck!" But to not freak out, they're like, "But don't worry, just for a couple of days." That's what they tell you, bro. Like, you know, a couple of days.
They lying.
Yeah, bro, they lie to you up until the point I think till you like tell them that you know they're lying. You know, like they kept lying to me even a little bit after that, like a couple months after that. But they're like, "Yeah, you'll be straight. We're just gonna wait for your mom's trial." I'm like, "Oh shit, all right, whatever." So I'm over here. It was weird as hell, dog, cause it's just like a foreign ass house. But the lady was like really cool and laid back. Like she was not like tripping about nothing. She was like, "Hey, bro, just don't like." She would tell us like not to mess a couple rooms up, and then she was like, "But the rest," she was like, "It's for y'all," you know. And she was like, "Y'all enjoy." She had her own daughter there, but her daughter would be like in the room all the time, so it was really like just having your own big ass crib. I was like, damn, it was kind of lit because I had never been in a house that big before, and I was like, yeah. She had like a bar upstairs and shit too. She was
A bar?
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt like I would have been really comfy there.
This Henny kid. So what happens, bro? Like, what at what point do you realize like, hey, yo, my mom ain't coming home for a couple years?
It's about my second home. I ain't gonna lie. So you go through a first home. You don't have to leave. Dude, I don't know, bro. I must have been like a little angry kid. So like,
Why'd you leave?
Nobody could like, no crib brought me that family home. So you know, I'm always like, I'm ready to move, whatever. Like, eventually, and you know, I don't know. Not everybody maybe, but I think most kids, bro, they be thinking about like running away. You know, like I can run away. Like I can run away.
You want freedom and shit.
And especially me, bro. I'm like, I can run away, and I've already lived by myself. But I was like, I can't leave my siblings though. Like I'd always have to be like, yo, either y'all gonna run away with me or we gonna hold it down right here, you know?
Niggas say we finna live in a boxcar.
Yeah. I ain't know, bro. I would have figured it out. I don't know how, but I know I would have. But yeah, man. Then so it was like a year, bro. We go there. That's a little weird.
The whole trial going on and shit.
Yeah, they're just telling my mom. I had a social worker. I had like 2-3 social workers. Like, it was crazy. Like some of them got promotions, some of them quit. Sometimes they get hurt. I'm like, damn.
Sometimes they get hurt.
Yeah. Like one lady, one of my social workers, like something happened to her eye.
Violent ass kids,
Yeah,
man.
nah, I don't even think it was a kid, but yo, there are some violent ass kids, so watch out. Alright.
Violent
So the
ass
first
parents and shit don't want to
first
take
year
any
though, I'm
kids.
not really like, I don't know too much about the system because it's just really the lady's house, you know, and the people come and talk to you and shit. Like you get like 14 years old though, it's like when you start realizing like that you a foster kid a little more because they like start bringing you to the buildings. They start being like trying to teach you shit. I mean, they're trying to teach you shit, but you're like in a government building, so you just feel weird. You know what I'm saying? Like they're trying to teach you like life shit, but it does feel like fucking courtroom and shit. You're just sitting there, you're like, damn, why are you teaching me this shit? Like, I was having a good ass afternoon, now I gotta come to this shit. Like,
I'm dead. He said, fucked up my afternoon.
hell yeah. So it was like a year that I went to this other house. This guy sold it, bro. He sold the crib like it was gonna be the best thing ever, bro. But at the time, they were also trying to separate my siblings, but we was holding it down. I was like, nah, fuck that shit. Like, bro, we'll cause havoc any house we go to if you separate us.
Can they separate you by force?
Yeah. You don't even really have a choice, dude. Once they like put you in there, it's like, alright, bro, all your life is somebody else's decision, bro.
That shit's sad.
I mean, like when you're 14, you get a little more of a voice. Like you could be like, nah, but it's still like, if you ain't got no spot, they gonna choose that spot for you.
What happens when you turn 18?
I mean,
I heard some places kick you out. They're like, hey, you got yourself now.
Nah, for real. I mean, the foster parent can kick you out whenever they want. Like,
Oh, wow.
You don't have to be a certain age. You just gotta be like, hey, this kid's tweaking. I don't want to take care
This
of him.
kid's tweaking.
Like that ass. Like, it's up to everybody basically, but you, bro. Yeah, you get like hella workers. Some of them can have private workers. I had a lady who's like a private worker. She works like her own, I guess like her own DSS. They try to make it for the kids and shit, but
So through this whole process, like, how are you coping with your thoughts, with your emotions? Like, what's your headspace?
yo, honestly, I feel like I blocked a lot of it. Like, I just pretend like I wasn't going through it, but I was pretty mad. But honestly, like, looking at it back now, I was like, dude, I never really sat there and thought about that shit. Like, I was just like, it is what it is, man. Like, fuck. And then, like, I think once I realized, like, my mom was in prison for a minute, I was like, fuck anything. Like, even if I leave here, like, my mom's still in prison, so that shit, like, hurt. But I was just like, man, I just turned it to anger. I ain't gonna lie, but like now, I'm more chill about it. But I really wasn't even thinking back then, bro. I was just like, whatever happens, happens. That's it.
What were your biggest coping mechanisms?
Talking shit.
Talking shit.
I'm not lying. Like, they would take me to like therapists or some shit, and I'm like, I don't even like. I guess I was already smart. You know what I'm saying? Because it was 1 year, second grade. I just realized I was like, I'm gonna stop being dumb. And I deadass just spent like a whole fucking summer just reading books. Came back to school and I realized I was a lot smarter. And I was like, damn, I'm not gonna be dumb. But like,
Side note,
and
take action and your life will change.
take action in your life with you. But then also, bro, I've been hustling like a grown person. Like, I've been hustling like a fucking grown person. So like, I didn't even know, like, my brain had already developed like a lot smarter. Cause I was like, damn, how can I sell this shit? How can I get away with it if somebody tries to stop me? I'm thinking about like real life shit as like 11-year-old, bro. So, and that shit never went away. Thank God, bro. Like, by an 11, like, hustle, and I was already a little smarter, bro. So like, talking to people in the system was so easy. Cause I was like, all you gotta do is lie. Like, all you gotta do is tell them what they want to hear, and you get whatever you want. So I started
So my
manipulating.
niggas
that
in the
shit.
system, you heard? Run that back for him. Run that back for him.
Like, man, all you gotta do is tell them what they want to hear, and they'll let you do what you want. Dead ass.
Gotta play the mind
And
games, man.
Yeah, and who gives a fuck what anybody else thinks? Cause look where everybody else is at.
Straight up, nigga. So, boom. You in the system till you're like what, 16, 17, right?
I did this thing like 21.
Huh?
21. Like, I live on my own, but you still like, you could literally choose like to still be in the system though. Like, it comes with like benefits and shit.
Okay, then bet. Let me ask the question better then. At what age did you move out? Like, were you on your
Foster home?
own? Yeah, from any
Oh,
foster home,
17.
from anything.
17.
17.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
so let's just a little summary right quick. You're 10 years old when your mama get locked up. You spend a year trying to survive by yourself. So you're 11. And then you spend the next 6 years from foster home to foster home, learning a few lessons, accumulating anger problems.
Yes, sir.
And at 17 years of age, you move out.
Yo.
What's that like?
Honestly, bro, it was dope. I feel like that was like at 14, that became my dream. Like I was like, fuck, I just gotta get on my own shit. Like I was like, my mom ain't gonna come back, and like even when she comes, she gotta be deported. So I'm like, damn, bro. Like, oh, I have my mom doesn't have papers either, or didn't have papers, I guess. So I'm like, fuck, even that's gonna take time. You know, I'm like 7 years, dog. Like that's a long time. If I'm 11, I'll be like 18 by the time she get out. Like, you know, and I already knew like when you're 18, you kind of grown. So I'm like, fuck, I gotta fucking start thinking like on my own, cause it's like my mom ain't gonna come back, and I know I ain't gonna live in these foster homes. Like I was like, ain't none of my foster parents was like that I ever like felt a super connection to. So I was like, I ain't gonna live there. So next thing you know, bro, I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. So at 17, like imagine, bro, you've been waiting 3 years, like just to get your shit together, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're like, finally, you get out, bro. That shit feel great. You're like, damn. If you do it right too, bro. Like, cause if you do it wrong, of course it's not like gonna be great. Like if you don't save up money,
doing it right.
If you don't save up money, if you don't learn how to manage your bread, of course you're gonna enter this world and it's gonna suck ass. Like, you know, I know a lot of foster kids, and a lot of them died too, man. R.I.P. man.
Wait, you said what?
A lot of them died.
The foster kids you was with?
Because they didn't learn. Like, they went to the real world with like barely any knowledge, and like they fucked up, right? And then what you gotta do, bro? You gotta click up with somebody who can take care of you. And then like you a foster kid, bro. That's so much rage in you. Like you have so much rage,
pent up aggression,
and
bro.
you learn like some of them tell themselves that they don't value. You know, so it's like all they fault.
That they have no value?
That they have no value. Like that their life don't value. And then they're like, you know, they just decide that, bro. And it's like, you can just talk it to them. You can just learn this. And then like it's like a lot of them, bro. You just see that. Like when you come to a room and you actually meet other foster kids, like they all like, they already gave up. You know what I'm saying? So like they clicked up. And of course, bro, they're the first ones to like do the shit. You know, like they don't have nothing to lose. Of course they're going to go do that. Like, not all of them, but you know, it could be like some of them bang, some of them just went out there, bro, and couldn't make it. Like they have no bread and shit, don't give a fuck. They became homeless, you know, they died, bro. I ended up in jail. That shit was sad.
So we see you, right, and we see them, R.I.P., right? But where's the difference? Like where did you? What went on in your head differently that made what you went through or what y'all went through made it work out positive for you and for them, and it ended with a deathbed?
I think it's a couple things, man. The first thing is you kind of just gotta let go of like that anger. Like it really ain't your fault, you know. Like how could you be in charge of that? You know, like you can't make that. Like that's just life. And then you gotta stop thinking like the whole world's against you, you know, because then like any opportunity, any offering is just like bullshit to you. You're like, nice people, everybody's gonna fuck me over at the end of the day, you know. But it's like you gotta let go of that, bro. Like not every opportunity is bullshit, and like, and then use that shit as I think I just used it as fuel, and go read some books. Go read some books. Just get a little fucking knowledge, and you will see like that not everything is about you, and that there's a real world out there that you need to know, and you need to know that you need money to survive out here. You don't need it for happiness, but to survive. And I think I just figured that out young, and then I met people who were foster kids who were successful, and I was like, everybody else in the room talking shit about them, you know, like because they're kids, not paying attention on their phones. I heard this man say, and by the way, shout out Will, I heard that man say, he said, hey look, anybody who thinks I'm shitting right now, who thinks I won't put them on, he's like, can email me tomorrow and I'll put you on tomorrow. And this guy was he wrote grants for people. He worked downtown, bro, and he was like, email me. I was like, you know what? This motherfucker might not be lying. So I emailed him, and we sat down, bro. He talked, and he put me on game. Like, bro, that shit bullshit right now. You know, like right now you're going through a lot of bullshit, but once you're 18, he was like, it's done. He was like, it's up to you. Like, it's up to you if you want to let that shit stop you your whole life. And I was like, damn. And like watching him, bro, like his fucking office was crazy, bro. They had a bunch of fucking art pieces all over, man. Like not art pieces you see. Like they have these shits in like glass.
I bet you they're real.
Yeah,
expensive.
no, dude. One of them was like $4 million, and they just have it in the lobby, bro. Like, and they're like, hey, we just come here and we watch this, and I'm like, bruh, this man is living much better than anybody I've met, and he was a foster kid, bro. And I was like, so I need to be listening to this guy. I don't need to be going out there. I don't need to be listening to foster kids, because all the foster kids are gonna be like, bruh, be on your own.
Side note: what you feed your mind and the people around you really matters, bro.
For real, bro. And like, you can click up with other foster kids, but y'all are hurt, so y'all are looking for like something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I was like, man, fuck that. Like, I'm done being hurt. I'm trying to be rich. I'm trying to live like Will, bro. Will, man. And bro, one time I was like, bro, nice watch. He took that shit off his hand and gave it to me, bro. And it was like a really expensive watch. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I'm trying to be like that. Like, I was just like, I looked up to it. I was like, I'm trying to be like that, bro. And he was a foster kid, so I was like, he get it. Like, he ain't just bullshitting. Like, he get it, and he has all this shit.
Hey, send me his Instagram at.
Yo, I don't have it, but I can send you his email. He's real professional about everything, bro.
Very interesting. So, how would you specifically these lessons that you learned, or these steps that these tips that you just gave out to help if somebody's in that situation? How did you apply them to your life, and what were the specific positive results in your life?
Dude, it's great. Honestly, number one, like, it's alright to feel some type of way. Like, you ain't no bitch because you feeling mad and sad. And you ain't really mad, you sad. You know, you just don't want to look sad. And but it's alright, you know. And you gotta be human. Like, ain't none of us above emotions. Like, you're human, so you're gonna go through feelings, and it's alright. Go through them. Just don't fucking give up on life because something happened to you. You know, like, it's like, but that was the biggest lesson too. Like, one, you're going through like the worst thing now. Like, how much worse can it get? Like, everybody's making your decisions. Like, and you don't have no parents. Like, you going to school, every conference, you know ain't nobody gonna pull up. Like, you're basically alone. But that's it. Like, it really don't get worse. Like, death might be the worst thing after that. Like, death, you know? So it's like, once you get that, but how hard can it be? And what can people tell you? Like, they can't deny you nothing else. Ain't nothing else to lose. So it's like, you gotta go in that shit 100%. Just push that shit. Like, use that anger, that fuel, and make something out your life. Dead ass.
And how has that specifically worked for you? What do you think?
Yo, if you can evolve this type of mentality right now, like, once you realize, because when you're like 18, you kind of see it like, all right, like, it's really over, you know? Like, no one's watching over you now. It's human. But all those things you learn in that, like, 'cause that's the system itself, you know? Like, everybody acts a certain way. Everybody expects you to be this way. There's only two outcomes, you know? Like, it's a system. You learn how to play it. You come to the real world and you see it's not much different. Like, it ain't gonna be so much people holding your hands, but it's not much different. People are still gonna be talking shit. You're still gonna feel some type of way about shit. But you've already beat a system, so you know how to act accordingly. Just act accordingly, and then play the game where it benefits you at the end.
Nigga ignoring the question.
You said what?
He ignoring the question.
Everybody anything, bro.
So
Nigga, both of y'all niggas high as hell. Ain't hear
I'm just thinking about how, like, this man like really, like, how do you you just forgave, and you just, like, you were to let it go. That shit crazy to me, because I grab a grip on a grudge for real, bro. But that's just me. But I like how this man really like he all that pent up aggression that he had, and then he just like released that shit, and he used it to get himself on a better footing, to get into a better position.
That's what I'm trying to get at when I ask, how's that specifically help for you? Like, what better footing has that mindset put you on? Like, where are you now versus where you were before you adopted that mindset?
One is no one telling you this. Like, ain't nobody telling me to let go of this shit, you know? I mean, there are some people that love you that gonna be like, it shouldn't be something. But you know what I'm saying? My siblings and shit, they're feeling the same way. So, no one around you is really telling you, like, let it go. But, it's a moment, bro, that everybody sees. And I know ain't nobody gonna tell me this. Everybody looks at their life and they're like, I don't know, I don't like who I am. And then in that moment, you have two options. And you know this. Is either you're going to change and really be this person, or you're going to let your emotions and shit control your whole life, and you're just going to see the outcome, you know? Or, you know, you're going to make hard decisions, and you're going to be in control, though. And so I was like, I'm fucking mad. Why am I mad? You know? Then I'm like, well, I'm mad because I don't got parents. You know? I'm mad because I ain't fucking have no choice about this thing, you know? And I realized, I was like, but who could I be mad at? Like, it's not my mom's fault, you know, that she got caught up that day. It's like, that's normal. There's like, everybody's gonna go through their ups and downs. And then I realized, like, ain't none of my siblings at fault. Ain't none of these foster people put me in there. It's really just what happened. And then from there, you're like, all right, I gotta learn to be better. And you're not gonna be better the next day or the day after that. It's gonna take time. It takes years, you know? But it's like every day, though, you're gonna try to at least once a day be like, I was gonna say that because I'm angry, but I ain't gonna say it. Or I'm gonna let it go. I ain't gonna let that piss me off. Even if it's just once. And like, you're gonna slip up and get mad again. But you are gonna catch it, you know? You're gonna catch yourself getting mad and being like, ugh, I'm just tripping, bro. You know? Thanks. And then you just gotta, from there, literally, from right there, every fucking day, discipline yourself. Discipline it. And after that, you'll see, like, it just goes away. Like, even when you wanna get mad, you're like, I have so much discipline on that, it'll be childish for me to get mad again. You know, and it's like we all like this age is just gonna grow. Like ain't nobody gonna hold your hand and do none of that shit. You just grow, and that's it. Like literally that's it. And you just let it go. And you're like, whatever, dog. Like it is what it is.
My nigga 13 done come from, and really, bro, being humble, really, if I'm being honest.
I guess.
But it's like, cause from the position that he done come from trying to every day figure out how to just to eat, like, bro done come a long way. Bro done ran up a lot of money, done a lot of things, done grown a lot. Literally, like, I want to say like maybe a year and a half ago, me and bro would be talking about certain things, and at the time he just wouldn't understand, or it wouldn't click like I was telling him. But now I see bro's growth, and I'm just like, damn, like it's not only the fact that he heard what I was saying, but it's that he put what I was saying in action. And he was, and every time, that's why I love my nigga, because every time he's humble enough to come back and be like, hey yo bro, you know what, now I get what you're saying. You feel me? He's not too proud to be like, oh fuck this, like that nigga told me, and now I gotta like pretend like that shit not real or whatever the fuck. Like I don't know how niggas think, but like
you gotta stop caring about what people think too, bro. Like, and you gotta understand there's two types of living, and everybody goes through it, bro. One, sometimes you're gonna be surviving. Like, fuck what you did while you was surviving. Like, you was surviving, you know? No matter what it took you to do, you made it. But once you don't gotta survive, this is when you get to choose your morals for real, you know? Like, you get to decide, this is who I want to be. You went through the nasty shit, the ugly shit, and you're like, I ain't really fuck with it, you know. But it did teach you a lesson, you know. It taught you a big lesson, bro. Going through the nasty and shit, and I'm pretty sure we can all in this motherfucker testify. Like, going through the dirty will teach you a good lesson, though. You know, like where you don't want to be and how not to give up.
It adds character.
It builds character.
It adds character for real.
I don't know, bro, but it wasn't for that shit, you wouldn't have this 13 around, bro. I'd be somebody else.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you gotta appreciate the misfortunes in life, because without them, like, you wouldn't be who you are. Yeah. And if you don't like who you currently are, it's probably because you haven't properly responded to the misfortunes in life.
True.
You feel me? Because how bro was saying, you know, there's a lot of niggas that he grew up with or grew up around that they were in the same cribs, going through the same things to a certain extent, and some of them are dead now. Yeah. And he isn't. He's thriving, and the reason he's thriving is because of how he chose to respond to, you know, said misfortunes. Mm-hmm. And the reason that the ones who aren't here no more is the choices that they chose, the choices that they made to their certain misfortunes. But
hell yeah,
now I'm glad you here, nigga. I'm glad you responded the way you did, nigga. For real.
Honestly, bro, I'll tell anybody, maybe my last thing I say is just like, just choose to be real. But being real is it's all based on you. You know, it's not based on anybody else. It's based on how you see being real is. And if every day you're that guy, you win. You beat the system.
Yo, I ain't know that's how, like, your years played out, honestly. Like, this is my first time hearing about this. I think that's crazy.
It's like a really long story. That's why I be like, and honestly, it don't really bother me too much. I be like, yeah, it's over.
And if we being honest, and you watching this shit, and you're like, damn, I haven't even gone through half of this shit you just heard about, stop the bitching, get it together.
Quit the bitching.
You feel me? Like, if that's really how you feel, like, damn, like, what's your excuse? Like, come on, bro, get it together. Like, make it happen, bro. Ain't no excuse for nobody, unless you know, mentally challenged.
But if you a foster kid, you still in there, you already winning. So just hold on and keep learning. You gonna make that shit. You gonna make it out that shit.
Forever keep learning.
Hell yeah, forever keep learning.
If you had one last thing to say to a little nigga to say he 10 right now, just starting to go through what you went through, you talking to him right now, what you gonna say to him?
Shit. Hey yo, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be real hard, but you can make it, you know. Mm-hmm. And when you make it, never forget to put those on who put you on, or where you was at. Be humble enough to go and give the knowledge back to the young niggas. Go sit there, cause if that guy would have never came there, you know, well, I might have never even fucking like wanted to get money, you know, cause I was like, I ain't never seen somebody like me with money, you know. So, yo, if you made it out, and if you're gonna make it out, go get that knowledge back, cause you know how it feels to be out there. Get that shit back.
Good shit.
Any closing comments from the kid? As a third, let me ask you a question before we close. As a third person, first time hearing this, how are you reflecting right now? What are you taking away?
Something really important that I took away from that is you gotta learn how to, like, make peace with yourself. If not, you will be your own worst enemy forever. For real.
I like that. That's a good ass takeaway. Well, me, I mean, I've been on your story, nigga.
You got the full one now. You got it all the way around now. Any get missing gaps, you got it now.
Any message? Shout out to the motherfuckers who really want to help. Shout out to that nigga who gave you that watch, who put you on game.
Shout out to bro.
Yeah, shout out to the niggas giving out free food. You know. Yeah. Shout out to the nigga who gave y'all a place to stay. Who gave, you know.
Yeah.
Yo people's jobs and shit. You feel me? Yeah. Shout out your mom for fucking holding it down the way she did.
For sure.
When she did what she did.
She told us well before to, like, That definitely helped, bro.
You feel me? That's really what I take away from this. And shout out to you, my nigga, for responding the way you did. And
Shout out 13.
You feel me?
Appreciate it, bro. You know, it's
Shout out
crazy.
everybody that really held it down and got you where you is today, bro.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, on that note, thank you for watching the unofficial third episode of You Still Don't Know Yet with my nigga 13, my nigga Henny the Kid.
It's gonna be a thing. Go talk.
Hey, shout out
We gonna see.
Winry.
My nigga Winry, you feel me?
That nigga wing.
Like, subscribe, share, all that shit. That niggas comment. Yeah, you know,
See
we appreciate
y'all
it. I
soon.
don't really know.
See
I
y'all
don't even
soon.
know what we supposed to do for real, but yeah, bro. What I really want to do with this motherfucker, at least me personally, is really just put on game. I plan to have all type of motherfuckers here, all type of professions, all type of backgrounds who maybe you'll watch and you'll be able to relate to and really, you know, take away and change your life, change your position, change your people's position, change the people you love's position. But yeah. Again, thank you for watching. Chill out the bitch.
Go talk.